important symbol for Ukrainians hanging on snippets of good news. President Zelensky releasing drone video Sunday of another recaptured town in Kharkiv region. In a rapid march over the last week, Ukraine says it's forced Russians to retreat from strategic eastern towns around Kharkiv, splintering their lines and liberating Ukrainians close to Russia's border. Ukraine's Defense Department is crafting a slick message of wins for Ukrainian consumption and for the West, signaling that this war is not stuck and that Ukraine's surprise offensive in the east could reshape it.
I think it's really remarkable stuff, and this is totally, and in a good way, I think, totally unstuck things and completely changed the calculations that I'm sure are being made in Kyiv and in Moscow.
The Institute of War maps how the territory, Ukraine's in blue, has shifted since the beginning of September.
Izium.
Saturday, Ukraine reached Izium, a railway hub that Russia had seized in the spring. This video of the recaptured town of Balaklia, obtained by CBC News, shows Russian tanks abandoned and clearly fierce battles. But gains here have, for the time being, weakened Russia's hold on eastern Ukraine. Russia says it's regrouping.
It's definitely ministry bureaucratic speak for defeat, isn't it? I mean, clearly there are signs of the implications that they're hollowed out, but I don't think it's over by a long shot.
Tonight, a Russian response. The city of Kharkiv in a total blackout. A missile attack knocked out power and water in what the mayor called an act of revenge for Ukraine's successes on the battlefield. Susan Ormiston, CBC News, London.
So how has Ukraine pulled off this lightning-quick advance? David Commons in our studio with a deeper look at the Ukrainian breakthrough.
Yeah, and Ian, if these advances are confirmed, it would be one of the fastest military offensives anywhere ever. And he begins around the southern city of Kherson. A couple of weeks ago, it appeared that this would be Ukraine's focus. Russia responded, moving its best troops from the east down into the south, but that left them unprepared for what turned out to be Ukraine's actual battle plans, including the surprise push into the east, the cities of Kharkiv and Izium to the south. The Russians there have now been overrun, they've lost weapons, and they no longer have enough soldiers to defend the area. Not only have the Ukrainians gained more ground in 72 hours than the Russians have in months, but they also now control rail lines, and that will make it almost impossible for the Russians to resupply. Now, this unverified video shows Ukrainian soldiers all the way up to the Russian border near Kharkiv. They could potentially loop back and encircle the remaining Russian units. Plus, the south is still in play. The Ukrainians, well-staffed, well-equipped, and Ian, well-organized.
And in all of this, Ukraine is sending a message to its allies.
Yeah, it certainly is. Ukraine, stunning expectations here, but it needs Western weapons to stay in this fight. Things like, HIMARS rockets, artillery shells sent in on near daily weapons flights from the U.S. The problem is many donor countries are saying we don't have much left to give. If you look at Canada, we gave those 4 M777 artillery guns. That's more than 10% of what our army had. And many European allies are saying their cupboards are nearly bare. The Ukrainians, though, are showing both their enemy, Russia, and their friends that they can make major headway with donated weapons. And so this offensive is really a political pitch in many ways to keep the supply lines going.
David Common, thank you.